On an absolutely perfect afternoon for racing, we bring you 60 miles north of Atlanta to one of the great tracks in North America. We're at Road Atlanta for the American Le Mans Series.
And this zero car is the big dog as the American Le Mans Series comes to Road Atlanta for a sprint race. This is Team Raffinelli. They're from Italy. The car was built in the United States by Riley and Scott. The engine comes from England. It's a Judd V10, a Formula One derivative. Now, the second fastest car, you want the polar opposite? How about the brand new Visteon Panos topless machine, finished just this last Wednesday? The big 6-liter Ford Robert Yates motor is in front of the driver. The driver pushed so far back it's like a slingshot dragster. Now, if these are the two fastest cars, they'll start up front, right? Well, for reasons we'll discuss a little later, officials have pushed them back to the 34th and 35th position on the grid.
As we take a look at the starting grid, the pole sitter in a Riley and Scott Ford, James Weaver is going to start the race. His teammate Andy Wallace. Alongside Angelelli, Doradicus in a Ferrari. In the third slot, another Ferrari, Didier Taze, Mauro Baldi, plenty of experience in that twosome. The fourth spot, Wayne Taylor, Alex Caffey. He will start in another Ferrari. In the fifth position, a Panos Ford, open cockpit, Johnny O'Connell, Jan Magnussen, Elliott Ford's Robinson, the dean of all these drivers in the sixth slot. He'll start with Butch Leitzinger, his partner. Pole sitter in the GTS class, Martin Snow. Just heard from him with Steve Evans. Martin's wife, Melanie, not driving. This car won at Sebring. Kurt Wagner, very successful Sebring, winner at GT. Dirk Mueller, his partner this time. Coming down to the final turn, turn 12, and the race is underway. The Grand Prix at Road Atlanta, Bill.
Yeah, one of the things to watch, Joel, is right at the back of the pack. We're going to have a lot of action up front, but don't forget those two ultra-fast cars way back in the field right now.
And some technical problems for those two cars to put them back in that position way back in the grid.
This is a class that is becoming so closely contested that it's being measured in just microns. Oh, and there's a problem right there. Somebody has spun.
Car.
Probably just getting on the power too early on cold tires. These tires require a great deal of heat before they develop full adhesion. And sometimes you're trying to put down 600-700 horsepower, as I'm sure you're well aware. They don't want to grip very well.
Absolutely. On cold tires, there comes the Panos. These guys got a tough job ahead of them, working their way through the GT cars, and it's about patience right now. They don't want to take a piece of their body work this early on off the car.
Yeah.
Van Scattarelli gets a start in the zero car, the Raffinelli car, which was the fastest qualifier by 0.2 of a second over the Brabham car, which we just saw, the Panos.
You can see the lights on, just blasting at the back straight here. This is the high-speed section of the course right here. The speed differential should be something. Oh, look at this. He's already dropping a couple of wheels off the track, going by the slower traffic. He will try and get up to the front as fast as possible. Under braking. Look at this. Unbelievable, blowing by other cars.
And I don't know if you noticed here, that's Eric Vanderpool in the car now. So he's the one who has the most experience here. They probably put him in because he knows the traffic and he knows how reliable which cars he's passing. And the other one actually didn't.
Yeah, this is a phenomenal car. As was alluded to earlier, it's a Judd V10 motor. Now, there is the leader. He is down at the end of the S's. We showed different spots, and that's one of the good spots there they have to really watch out for. You can see he's stretching a bit of a lead on that Olive Garden Ferrari. It's right behind him.
Andy Wallace in the lead, two-time winner at Sebring.
As the other cars go by, we'll try and keep an eye to see how far Raffinelli is behind. There's a Lola, and Raffinelli should be coming up right there. Boy. Already going by the champion GT1 Porsche. State-of-the-art Porsche, and look at this Judd blowing by. Just simple, pure horsepower. There's a view. That's what it looks like to Terry Bootson on board the champion car right now. Talking about patience, too. Just watching the two team cars there, the Olive Garden car and the Toshiba car. They are all part of the same team, but they're going at it tooth and nail here. They're alongside each other a second ago, and I thought they're going to swap some paint.
They have been on the caution yellow for the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, nothing dangerous took place here. This really was a result of just a simple spin. The car goes off the track, but where it is left sitting, that's the potential danger. On the back straight, Jack Baldwin suddenly found himself without horsepower. He puts his hand up, warning following drivers, and you can see he's just coasting.
Well, all the leaders, and they were bunched together, the top four, did use the caution yellow to head into the pit. The green flag is out. The race is restarted once again. Well, the 27 car did not pit.
Didier Taze, Mauro Baldi, they are an experienced crew. Mauro Baldi has won Oh, just about everything in the world.
They were the third fastest qualifiers to start the day in the Ferrari, so they have the lead now.
You watch this. The manager of his team, Kevin Dorn, he's a pretty cagey guy. I drove for him for a while, and sometimes he can pull a rabbit out of his hat here.
Terry Borcheller. Boy, that's a car a tremendously fast car. They in the past have had problems with reliability, with a lot of things, but when it is running right, this is very quick. You discovered they had some braking problems.
Oh, they told me they have no problem with acceleration. They had only problem with braking, long brake pedals, and they weren't sure how it was going to fare out in the race.
Let's remind everybody you're talking about the GTS division. The leader, Borcheller, and a Celine Mustang. Well, an unexpected stop for the Dyson Ford team. Let's check in with Steve Evans. Steve?
Yeah, we are down there, and this is definitely unscheduled. They were in just about 20 minutes ago. The engine is shut off as required by Le Mans rules anytime you're in the pits and you're refueling, Rick. We're trying to get a look at exactly what they're doing with the automobile.
I can't even imagine what they're doing here. They're definitely,
It looks like he's done. No, he's not. He is firing up.
He's done in the pits. He wants to get back out there.
Our leader once again coming into the pits, and this is his first pit stop, in fact. The very first one for Mauro Baldi. Martin Haven.
Green flag pit stop is going to kill their early lead. Mauro Baldi is staying in the car. They will take fuel, but it doesn't look as though they will take tires. The Italian's lead was short-lived after those yellow flag pit stops.
Boy, and right ahead of him you saw number 36 pull in and number 11. The Olive Garden Ferrari is now in. So there's a bunch of cars that have come in under green flag stops.
Look at that. We have a lead change now. 0 is now your new leader.
And that is Van der Poel, the Raffinelli team, in that Judd car.
Pardon me for interrupting you, Joel. Look at this. Both Dyson cars are going to be in here at the same time.
I think 1 is scheduled, the 20 scheduled, because he probably didn't do a stop early on, and 16 is still trying to figure out their little problems here.
Well, this is a very unusual problem for this car. Normally, these 6-liter Fords have been very close. Oh, and that's Terry Boutsen now. He is slowing down in the champion Porsche. That is up at the end of the... Oh, no.
And it looks like he's simply
not
losing
gonna
power.
make it.
And the early leader is still in the pits. And the 0 car is still on top. While we were away, it's been a serious chess game. Eric Van der Poel behind the wheel of this Raffinelli. He's got the lead in the P class, but it's been a serious chess game, as I mentioned, in pit stops. Just about everybody is pitted a second time now. The Raffinelli, we saw early pits during that early caution, the yellow flag. The Raffinelli car is at about 15-20 minutes on this current tank of fuel. And there have been some close calls as well. The Ferraris at one point before they went into the pits, Bill, they had a 1-2-3 advantage.
Yeah, this here is a prime example of watching your mirrors a little too much. Look at the flame out the pipe, which tells you he is off the throttle trying to gather this thing up, but this simply runs out of road. Now, the other end of the course, watch number 12 Ferrari. Just a little ding and pushes the other car off the track. He does his impression of a John Deere and backs it, thankfully, gently into one of the safety walls here.
But the Ferraris are making some noise this afternoon. They did fairly well at Petit Le Mans earlier last year.
Absolutely. I mean, Wayne Taylor came here and just pretty much dominated it once he got going, and now he's back again. And their cars have been so competitive all day. They kind of started a little bit back, and all of a sudden now they're at the front, and they're out of sequence on the pit stops. And this is going to be very interesting to see who gains the advantage towards the end of the race.
Yeah, very much a chess match, but a lot of people tend to think of racing as very singular, that where the driver is the one that's responsible for a victory. But the team is so critical on races like the American Le Mans Series races. It's very important that the team manager take a spot on where he wants to make a fuel stop. He makes adjustments based on yellow flags, based on traffic, based on a lot of things. And over the middle point of the race that we've just watched, this is where a lot of the psychology comes into play. Now what they're coming into is almost up to their final stop. And here comes second place. This is the Dyson car coming into the pits.
And he has been out 19 minutes. That is an exceptionally short run.
Last fuel tank good for 41 minutes for this crew. Let's check in with Steve Evans. Steve?
Well, Elliot Forbes Robinson, the man who was driving the 20 car, what do you hear? What's going on with that machine? It's in way too soon.
Well, I understand it would just start to overheat, so they're going to check it out. After having the problem with the other car, they want to find out what this is as early as they can.
Oh, here we go.
Coming in.
We're going to find out right now. Remember, they cannot change tires at the same time as they're going to refuel it.
I tell you what, if he's out of gas, that lead is going to evaporate because it's going to take just about every bit of that, if not more, to make the pit stop.
Well, let's check out the numbers. He went into the pits with a 43-plus second lead.
God, here's the slowest drive in the world. You have to maintain the speed limit all the way down.
There's no way he can
Now,
smell
half
it.
a mile away, here's the Ferrari. You He's heading towards the front straight.
And let's remember, they started back in, what, 34th and 35th
Yes.
position because of the penalties they were assessed. And all in all, this will be their last stop. There'll be no need for a gas and go. This will be it.
What the Ferrari may do at this point, though, since the Raffinelli team have chosen to go for tires, Ferrari might just try and make that ultra-fast stop for gas only.
If they didn't put tires on, it's their only hope here.
I would gamble that way for sure.
Now, right back up there, we got 27 in the lead, Didier Tays, and then we have the...
Oh, here we go.
This is all of what it's about right here. He's 53 seconds ahead, I think, 58.
Boy, that's a luxury.
Now, how quick can his crew be?
They will not take tires. The 36 car comes in and is waved away just to make sure that the leader has a clear exit road. Didier Tays will stay on board. The Belgian driver, very experienced under pressure. He's taking around half a tank of fuel.
Martin referring to that debut of the Ferraris, and the Ferraris throughout this race, when they've had the opportunity, they have been 3 of the top 5 cars.
They're going to be on top of each other out of pit lane here, right on top of each other. There he is, and there he is. Oh, my goodness. Unbelievable.
And still on relatively hot tires, too, on the Ferrari.
He's
so
hot.
If he had changed tires, then the brand new set would not be good. But look at this. You're looking at a perfect compare these two cars.
This is it. This is coming down to the last few minutes. What's
boy.
Nemo made of? What can Didier do to fend him off?
Now watch the various. Wow, that's using up all the track and a little bit of green.
Look at the power. Look at the power of this.
Keep in mind, the lead car, a 4-liter V12. The following car, a 4-liter V10. So very similar, both racing engines right through and through. Now they're on the back straight. Here, if the Judd's got horsepower, watch him climb up over us.
It's this not even. This is crazy.
Here he comes.
I would definitely make him. I would have done the same thing. I would have made him drive around the outside. Oh, he waves at him. Oh,
I love
my
it.
goodness.
Thank you so much.
That's nice.
You can pay for dinner tonight.
And just a few horsepower to spare.
Well, and now he's going to fill Didier's visor up with oil to boot, you see?
So the battle is between Tays and Scattarella, only 3 seconds apart. And then the front engine car that we haven't talked all that much about is 30 seconds back of Don Panos's car, that Ford.
Cruella de Vil.
Who would have ever thought this car would have done so well? I would have never have thought this. I mean, this goes to show you that this team has come a long ways, and they are fast, and they're going to win a lot of races.
It's a great car. God, the Ferrari
driving right up his back.
Cleanly. Whoa, and locked up the back brakes. Amazing. You can see he was on the light gray part of the track, which has much less traction.
Good job by Doradicus to get by, currently 6th in the P class on the inside.
Heads up driving. Look, there's a great battle.
That's your battle right there. Is that?
That's number 99.
99
He is still leading our GTS class in the Porsche Turbo. This is a twin turbo.
But only a car back, Martin Snow, who won at Sebring in the same car number 56.
And Kelly Collins, I think, is driving it now. And this battle has been one of the tightest all day. Every time we put the camera on them, they're nose to tail.
There's the Celine Mustang off doing some farming.
And I don't know if it's Terry Borcheller or his teammate. Looks like Wayne Taylor in there.
Boy, same idea. Here we go now. We talked just a few moments ago on people not using their mirrors in the latter stages of the race and not driving cleanly. Well, you know what? Then I changed my mind. I don't think that was Wayne's fault at all.
You know, you can push it in there if you know that the other guy sees you.
Yeah.
And the other guy just didn't really see him.
I got the impression that the Mustang was keeping wide and was going to let him go by. Uh-oh. This is not good. That is not a normal stop. They would not have changed tires at this point in the race. So let's take a look at exactly what happened again. Turning in, look at this. Once again, not looking to see who's around you, who might be coming to pass.
And that might...
Amazing.
That's Didier Doradicus, I think, my old teammate from last year. He survived it, no problem.
David Murray has the lead in the 02 car. Over Boris Sed, who has just taken over for Hans Stuck in the number 10 car. But it is tight. Those three separated by only 10 seconds.
David will be one very happy driver today. He's a local driver. He's from around here. Road Atlanta is kind of his track, and one of the nicest guys at racing. I know you know him as well, Bill. He's got this perpetual smile on his face.
With me, he's one of the most respected guys I ever drove against.
I
You
agree.
cannot shove this guy around. He will fight back. This team, I think, is 3 races old, and they're in line to win their first race.
Kelly Collins in the 56 car trying to catch
we go.
Osteen in the 99 car. And Osteen maintaining that edge.
Boy, they went in about as deep as they could. He tried to get him up the inside under braking, but just not quite.
Fantastic race. We talked a little bit earlier. These are two very similar cars, two very different people. John Osteen, very talented, a little bit older. He's in his, I mean, what are you going to guess, 50s somewhere
Yeah,
there?
no, I'm not going to.
Don't even guess. I'm not going to guess. Just a little bit more seasoned. You got Kelly Collins, young. You see, he's on it. You see this thing coming in kind of sideways again.
Oh, look at the smoke.
A brake lock.
Look at this. No.
He had to avoid.
And there's going to be a passer. No, he didn't.
Couldn't get around the inside.
Unbelievable. Good work by John Osteen. He almost had to give up the lead there, braking heavily to avoid that car. And there is David Murray's car.
He's blown a tire.
Losing the class lead right there. We just saw the GTS leaders pass him on the back straight.
Oh, my goodness. What a turn of event here. And here comes a number 10 BMW right there.
So a new leader in that division as well.
Boy, oh boy.
Okay,
Now this time.
we got something. We got
down the inside. That's going to be a pass.
The pass.
Sure.
And a new leader in GTS. Kelly Collins has overtaken John Osteen.
Very nice move by Kelly. Set that pass up beautifully. Got a good draft on the straight. Just got inside him under braking where he couldn't fight back.
What does John Osteen have left for him? Does he still have some? Looks like he's actually creeping away a little bit.
This should be interesting to see. As you had pointed out, John Osteen, immense history of racing. He is very, very experienced. But can he fight back to the young Tiger who... Oh, and look at John's going to take him.
On the outside. Unbelievable. And he's got him.
He got him. A tremendous move. He got a super run up around turn 1, which takes a lot of courage to do that.
I don't understand how they... I don't get it. What's going on? I don't understand.
We are ready for the checkered flag for Mimo Scanarella.
Yeah, they're looking.
There they are. Giuseppe and all the boys.
Yes.
Team Raffinelli ready to explode with good reason. They have dominated today. Despite being set back to the 34th position, it's a win for Team Raffinelli.
And what an impressive win, too. Yokohama Tires, the Judd V10 engine.
Oh.
All right.
Johannes van Overbeek in the BMW M3 ready for the checkered flag as well.
See, I can be the first to congratulate him. Good job,
right.
Johannes. Huh? Brian Cunningham, these guys.
A fine job. That's right.
Finally, BMW gets it, gets the monkey off their back again, and they can start winning again.
Tom Milner, congratulations.
And the winner in our third class, ready for the checkered flag as well. And a win for Osteen in that Porsche 911.
This is a great day for all of you, for the Judd, for Raffinelli.
Oh yeah, it was a very difficult racing, you know, because we start from the back and we had to, you know, pass many cars. It was big.
Were you aware of the oil that was coming out of the car?
Yeah, I saw from the mirror. I was a little bit worried, but I talked with the box, with the pit lane, and they said it was no problem. You know, it was when we refueling the car, we put some oil just to save the engine.
But this was a classic example of timing and a real chess match every step of the way.
It is exactly what Le Mans was designed to be. It is what it is, and it just bodes so well for this series. It's very exciting.
Bill, I'm surprised we had to belt you in, though. I'm glad you stayed in for the whole
all I
race.
can say is thanks, Don Panos, for bringing in such an exciting series. I mean, I don't even have to race anymore. This is all the excitement I can handle.
Great stuff.